Welcome to another edition of Get a Clue, Casual Gamer. And today we're going to be looking at a game which has been around for a few years, but it's new to me. I was kind of put off by the artwork on the cover because I'm just not a big Cheshire Cat lover when it comes to the Alice in Wonderland series. And this picture just was off-putting to me, but then I had the opportunity of playing the game with someone and realized I really liked the game enough that I ordered it and now own Parade. Parade is a card game, just a card game. So as we get a clue about this game, this should be short and sweet because it's really very uncomplicated. And so let's begin with getting a clue. With C, components. What are you going to find when you open up that box? Well, first of all, you're going to find 66 cards. They are broken up into 6 different color and pattern picture suits. There's green and yellow and red and black, purple and blue. And the cards run between 0 and 10 in number, okay? 0 and 10, 6 suits or 6 colors, and you have those. We have the rules, and we have a score pad. That's it. That's all you get in this box. 66 cards with cool artwork on them, despite the Cheshire Cat on the cover. And you're set. So setup for this game is really easy and very quick because all you need is to set up a certain number in a row in front, 6, I do believe, and the regular pile, and everybody starts off with a certain number of cards, and that's that. So components, cards, which have a nice finish to them. They're a nice linen finish. They're nice cards. The score sheet and the rule book. Okay, so for length of play, it really is not very long. It says 45 minutes, but it didn't take us that long, maybe a half hour even. But I guess if you have all 6 players, it plays 2 to 6 players. So I guess if you have 6 players, taking your turn can make it that long. But for the most part, if you're only 3 or 4 players, 2 to 4 players, I would think it would be closer to a half hour in length of play. So how long does it take? Half hour, 45 minutes, depending on how many players there are. And then for uniqueness, it's a card game. We all know how to play many card games. I mean, you start with Go Fish and Old Maid and ones like that when we're very young, and you play War, and you learn how to play Rummy and Poker and all sorts of card games, Crazy Eights, Hearts, complicated ones like Bridge or Canasta or something like that. This one's not it's more than Go Fish, and it's less than Bridge by far. All you're trying to do is end up with the lowest score, and so there are a lot of games like that where you want to end up with the lowest score. And the score at the end depends on how many you have of a certain color. If you have the most of a color from everyone else at the table at the end of the game, you only have to count 1 point for each of the cards. But let's say you don't have the most in a color. Let's say you only have 2 and somebody else has 3, and so that person gets 3 points, but you have to add the total of your numbers. So this would be 5. So sometimes it behooves you to have a lot of a certain color, and it behooves you to have the lowest digits of another color. So if you've ever played a simple card game where you're trying to end up with the lowest score, this is very similar when it comes to the final count at the end of the game, the final score. It's the game is played. It doesn't take up well, at the beginning it doesn't take up a lot of space, but you do want a long space because you're going to be adding a card to the end of the line, and the line will shift, and sometimes you'll be picking up cards and the line will shift, but sometimes you could get a long line of cards. But when we played it, it didn't end up being onerously long, but it could be 10 cards long before somebody had to take some and it got shorter again. But other than that, it really is not a difficult game. Uniqueness wise, it's similar to many other games, and all you have to do is recognize the number and the color, and that's pretty much it. Now if you want to learn how to play it, then you need to go and find one of the videos that I know are online on YouTube that show you how to play Parade. Parade came out in 2007, so it's 14 years old. So there are videos out there on how to play Parade. Now this is a newer artwork than the first copy of Parade, which came out quite a few years ago. Yeah, I mean back then. But it's Parade. It's Alice in Wonderland Parade. Your parade of characters. You're creating a parade of characters down the line. Last, ease. How easy is it to learn, teach, play? How easy is it to find? And how easy is it on your pocketbook? Well, first of all, how easy is it to learn and play? Well, the directions are here, and an example of scoring is here, and directions on how to play a 2-player game, which is a little different than a 3 to 6-player game. But that's it. So again, if you watch any of my videos, you know that that shows you that it's a simple game. It's not a complicated game. It's easy to learn, easy to teach, easy to play. Easy to find. It's not as easy as some other games, but it is available online. I found it at that online store that begins with an A. And you know, I bet if I did a search, let me do a quick search here while we're talking, see if it is, okay, Target does not have it, just a heads up. But Barnes & Noble will probably have it, and your friendly local game store should have it. But it is online at that store. When it comes to ease on the pocketbook, for a card game, it might seem a little on the higher end than you would expect. It's not a $6 card game. It's not Uno. It's a better game than Uno, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Currently, it's selling for about $23. $23, and yes, that sounds like it might be a little bit more than you would normally want to spend on a card game, but it's easy, it's pretty, it's good quality cards, they're not cheap cards, and it's a unique game that not everyone's going to have. So if you're looking for something that's different, that you can bring to the table quite easily, the insert for the box is very nice. It holds the pieces very nicely. I can pack it up and put it away. That's how long it took me to pack it up. So ease on the pocketbook, it's not the most inexpensive of games, but at $23, it's it's a very good purchase. It's a good company. It's Z-Man is a company that is well known in the game world, and I do think that you would really enjoy this game if you are at all interested in card games. So that is getting a clue about Parade as a casual gamer. I'm a casual gamer. Are you a casual gamer? I think so if you're watching this. And I invite you to subscribe to this channel, like this video, click the little bell to be reminded whenever I put up a new video, and have a wonderful time, wonderful day playing some games with some friends and family. I'll see you next time. God bless and happy gaming.